So let's compare Nairobi to Rwanda. Today we'll break our comparison down into 6 categories: basic information, geography, people, economies, and of course any other random crap I could think of. Nairobi and Rwanda are 2 neighboring countries and cities in East Africa. Modern-day Nairobi became the capital of Kenya in 1907 when Kenya was still ruled by Britain. The County of Nairobi was founded in March 2013 following the implementation of Kenya's new constitution. In contrast, Rwanda's path to independence was more complex, involving German and Belgian colonial administrations before achieving sovereignty in 1962. Nairobi's head is Governor Johnson Sakaja, who is part of the United Democratic Alliance Party. Rwanda's head of state is President Paul Kagame. He is the head of the Rwandan Patriotic Front party. Kagame is both the head of state and the head of government in Rwanda. Nairobi is Kenya's capital city. Its abbreviation is NBO, its state bird is the starling, its state fruit is the mango, and its state flower is the flame flower. Kigali is Rwanda's capital city. Its abbreviation is RWA, its state bird is the African elusive shoebill, its state fruit is the banana, and its state flower is the pygmy Rwandan water lily. Nairobi's flag is known as the Nairobi County flag and was adopted on February 27, 2010 and was inspired by an old flag from when the county was a province. Rwanda's flag is known as Ibendera rya Rwanda and was adopted on October 25, 2001. Nairobi is located in central Kenya and borders Kiambu County to the north and west, Kajiado to the south, and Machakos to the east. Nairobi has no coastline. It is surrounded by 113 square kilometers of plains, cliffs, and forests that make up the city's Nairobi National Park. It is adjacent to the eastern edge of the Rift Valley, and to the west of the city are the Ngong Hills. Mount Kenya is situated north of Nairobi, and Mount Kilimanjaro is towards the southeast. Rwanda is also landlocked and borders to the north by Uganda, to the east by Tanzania, to the south by Burundi, and to the west by the Democratic Republic of the Congo and the beautiful Lake Kivu. Rwanda lies 1,200 kilometers from the Indian Ocean and 2,000 kilometers from the Atlantic Ocean. Rwanda forms part of the highlands of Eastern and Central Africa, with mountainous relief and an average elevation of 1,700 meters. Known as the land of 1,000 hills, Rwanda's landscape is mostly hilly and mountainous. The Virunga Mountains, located in the northwest part of Rwanda, contain the country's highest peak, Karisimbi, which reaches nearly 15,000 feet. Rwanda has a land area of over 26,338 square kilometers, while Nairobi has a land area of over 696 square kilometers. This makes Rwanda 37.8 times larger than Nairobi. This means that Rwanda's size is comparable to that of Burundi and Nairobi's is comparable to that of Seychelles. Nairobi is home to over 5.45 million people, which is growing at 4% annually. Its 10 largest sub-counties are Lang'ata, Dagoretti, Kasarani, Kamukunji, Kibra, Embakasi, Makadara, Starling, Mathare, and Westlands. Rwanda is home to over 14.260 million people, which is growing at 2.3% annually. Its 10 largest cities are Kiboyi, Rwamagana, Bagarama, Bayamba, Gisenyi, Ruhengeri, Gitarama, Muhanga, and Kigali. Overall, this means that Rwanda's population is comparable to that of Burundi, while Nairobi's population is comparable to that of Liberia. In Rwanda, 0.2% of the population speak English at home, which is equal to almost 2.8 million Rwanda. In Nairobi, 61.94% of the population speak English at home, the highest for any African city, and is equal to 3.2 million Nairobians. Nairobi is often considered to be Africa's primary industrial and technological city, and its economy is certainly reflective of that title. Everything from banks and fintech to coffee and tea is made there. Nairobi has an outstanding GDP of $30 billion and contributes to 30% of the total Kenyan GDP. Rwanda has a GDP of $13 billion and contributes to 0.005% of the total Africa GDP. Overall, this gives Rwanda the 34th largest economy in Africa and makes Nairobi Kenya's largest economy. This also means that Nairobi's economy is comparable to that of Zambia and Rwanda's economy is comparable to that of Kampala. Rwanda's home to major companies like Rwanda, Visit Rwanda, Bank of Kigali, Telecom, Rwanda Mountain Tea, and Bourbon Coffee. Nairobi is home to major companies like Kenya Airways, United Nations, Equity Group, Brookside, Safaricom, Bidco Group, Tusker, and M-Pesa. Nairobi's GDP per capita of $6,561 makes it comparable to places like Libya, Botswana as a whole, and Gabon, and gives it the nation's highest GDP per capita. Rwanda has a GDP per capita of $966, making it comparable to places like Burkina Faso, Togo, and the Gambia, giving it Africa's 16th lowest GDP per capita. Nairobi has a poverty rate of 16.5% and about 15,337 homeless people. Rwanda has a much higher 45.3% poverty rate but about 300,000 homeless people. In Rwanda, the average cost of a home sits at $50,000, which is less than the African average of $70,000. Nairobi's average house costs $200,000, which is 100% higher than the Kenyan national average. This means that the average cost of a home in Nairobi is 4.0 times higher than that in Rwanda. In Rwanda, 76% of the population has graduated high school, 37% have a bachelor's degree or higher, and 13% have some kind of advanced degree. In Nairobi, 75% of the population has graduated high school, 45% have a bachelor's degree or higher, and 33% have some kind of advanced degree. HDI, or the Human Development Index, measures of places' development by taking into account factors like the average income, average life expectancies, and quality of education, with scores ranging from 0 to 1. Rwanda has an HDI of 0.548, making it the 25th most developed state on the continent. Nairobi has an HDI of 0.721, making it the most developed county in Kenya. Nairobi has a violent crime rate of 3.46 violent crimes per 100,000 people. Rwanda has a lower crime rate of 3.15 violent crimes per 100,000 people. Rwanda is home to famous landmarks including Lake Kivu, the King's Palace Museum, and Nyambwi Forest National Park. Nairobi is also home to famous landmarks including the famous Nairobi National Park, the Carnival Restaurant where you can enjoy game meat of all shapes and color, the iconic Two Rivers Mall, and Giraffe Manor. Rwanda's busiest airport is Kigali International Airport, which serves over 400,000 passengers each year and is the busiest airport in the country. Nairobi's busiest airport is the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, which serves almost 7.1 million passengers each year and is the busiest airport in Kenya. Rwanda's major sports teams include APR FC, Kigali FC, Domagaju FC, and Bugesera. Nairobi's major sports teams include AFC Leopards, Gor Mahia, Tusker, Sofapaka, and the Nairobi City Stars, all for football, Kenya Harlequin FC, Nondescripts, Momba RFC, and Strathmore Leos for rugby. If you want to know which city is better between Lagos and Nairobi, check out this video. Let me know who you think wins overall. Subscribe to the channel if you want more videos just like this one, and check out Son of Sudi on TikTok and Instagram with the links in the description and pinned comments. Thank you again for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time.